My name is Andy Staples and I'm the Editorial Director of the Economist Corporate Network. I'm joined by my colleague Simon Baptist, who's the Global Chief Economist for the Economist Intelligence Unit. Simon will be delivering the keynote presentation at a series of meetings across Asia that start this week in Seoul. We call this the Asia Regional Strategic Forecast, and it's an opportunity to hear the EIU's latest outlook for the global economy. Simon, I wondered if you could give us a taster of some of the key issues and themes that you'll be looking at during these meetings.
Great, yeah, thanks Andy. I mean, this time of year, the main thing that everyone, including us at the EIU, is focused on is what's the outlook for 2020? What's happening with growth? What's going to happen with trade policy? What kind of geopolitical and other risk events should businesses in the Asia region be worried about? I'll be traveling around 6 cities in Asia, giving our outlook, looking at what we expect to see coming. The trade war is still looming large. We're in a situation now where by the end of this year, we could be seeing 25% tariffs on almost the entirety of US-China trade, which is a huge step change from where we were even just 2 years ago. This is going to have big implications for supply chains and also for firms. And I'm looking forward to discussing with the ECN members what this means for their businesses in their sectors and how they think the movement of the US-China rivalry away from tariffs and into areas like regulation and technology is going to have an impact on their business. We'll also be covering currencies, we'll be covering commodities, we'll be covering what's happening in some of the major emerging markets, and we'll also be looking at a range of countries around the Asia-Pacific region and the outlook that we see there. I'm also going to hold us to account a little bit and share with everybody what we said last year and compare that to what's actually happened, so you can see what we got right and what we got wrong over the last 12 months.
Excellent. Just to pick you up on one of those issues there, currencies is obviously one of the big issues for us at the moment. The Fed cut its interest rate last month. We're looking at what's going on in Europe with the European Central Bank, Brexit, and of course we had some devaluation of the Chinese currency, the yuan, recently as well. What's your outlook? What's some of the key issues that we should be looking at when it comes to currencies?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall the strong dollar era is starting to come back somewhat, certainly against emerging market currencies. We've seen that big devaluation of the Chinese currency, cracking 7. We think there's further weakness still to come, and most of the other emerging market currencies probably going to weaken against the US dollar too. One beneficiary probably going to be the yen, as that sort of the risk-on environment leads people into Japanese assets. The euro and the pound still under a bit of pressure with the Brexit uncertainty. So the US dollar is certainly strong against EM currencies and a little bit weaker against some of the G10, but only to a limited extent.
Okay, fantastic. Simon, thanks very much. So these forecasts will be taking place around the region. Please come back and have a look at some of the summaries that we'll be putting up from these events. And if you're interested in joining, please drop me a note. Thank you very much.